It's time to start. I'm Hiroshi Nakagawa, working at RIKEN Center for Advanced Intelligence Project, in short AIP. And today's topic is AI and ethics. So my content is has three topics. The first one is generative AI, and it includes two topics: image generative AI and text generative AI. The second topic is AI agent, autonomous avatars, and trust. The third topic is EU legislation on trustworthy AI. So I'd like to start the first topic, image generation AI. I'm a user of Midjouorney, which is an image generative AI, and I would like to show you some example I pick up from Midjouorney. Okay, this is a picture I made when I started to use Midjouorney. So these are very good picture, I think. And to make this picture, we need some kind of the prompt query, in other words. So the first one is made by Greek lady soldier with a sword at the gate of castle. The second image was made by Roman lady from high society standing at the harbor where a ship comes in. The third one is a lady sniper of Ukraine. Okay, they are very good, I think. Now, it's hard to find the normal, old, tired-looking Japanese man. I first make this picture, but it's too cool for some old actors, but I don't like it. So then, with some additional prompt, I make this one, such as gray hair and looking in other direction, and jacket wrinkled, and standing at Showa era's old style bars, and so on and so forth. So it's very hard, but anyway, we can get it. I can get it. But more difficult is these kind of very simple picture and equilateral triangle with transparent interior and black colored slides in the foreground on the white background but I couldn't make it through Midjouorney. What I made is this. Okay, it is a triangle, equilateral triangle, but very, how to say, artistic ones, but we couldn't make this simple one. Much more difficult one is a single black rectilinear line running from the lower left corner to upper right corner on the white background. It's very simple, but also I couldn't make it. What I made is these kind of very sophisticated artistic ones. Okay, the lower left corner to upper middle corner or these kind of thing, but it's very, how to say, artistic and sophisticated one. I couldn't make this simple one. So I show the reason why we couldn't make that kind of simple picture. So the text image generative AI is composed of two processes. The first one is diffusion process, and second one is inverse diffusion process. Okay, this is the image, and diffusion process, some noise is added, and then the status or change of this between this image and noise added image is stored, and then much more noise added, and then finally the complete noise. This is a diffusion process. Then the second, the inverse diffusion process. Okay, to make a picture, the prompt is fat Japanese man. Okay, these kind of guys. And okay, starting from complete noise, and the prompt is here. So this is a target picture, and then as the use the, parameters we get in diffusion process and use it to make much more sophisticated image and 0% process. And this is a 46% process in Midjouorney. And then finally, we get a 100% process. This is the inverse diffusion process. Then, as you know, this process depends on the original image used for training. Okay, this is original image used for training. In principle, it's impossible to create a completely new image from the scratch. So no matter how hard you try to devise your prompt, you end up with a high dependency on multiple source images that have been used to run this diffusion process. Then it's difficult to make free drawings. Okay. Then from that the system, the author, it's reasonable that author of the original image has some complaining or something to say. Okay, the Article 34 of Copyright Act says Copyright Act of Japan is Japan says that enjoyment which leads to apply a Copyright Act does not exist in machine learning and generation. Then it's okay to use content with copyright in machine learning. Okay. This is a legal system. But there may be some kind of limitation to protect creators' benefit. One of the directions we are discussing is, can we create a system that can mechanically make economic allocation to creator? Okay, there is an example such as for music, jazz rap is very famous. And actually, the artists themselves is not so hardly complaining, is not so critical. And who complain this image generative AI is publisher, because publisher is getting amount of money using some kind of artist. And the art itself is not made from the scratch. Some kind of original image and add some the new idea or some kind of the change is what we make art. And artists themselves, those it is a art making process. And then actually the image generative AI is doing is what the artists are doing, very similar to artists are doing. So artists are not so severely complaining with image AI. Next, text generative AI, such as ChatGPT. ChatGPT was coming out last year and very famous, and almost all days we hear the news about ChatGPT or generative text generative AI. So there is a bad usage. There is a many bad usage of ChatGPT. For instance, this article, Sparks of Artificial Intelligence, already explained with GPT-4. GPT-4 is a kind of the engine of ChatGPT. And in that paper, there is a bad example. Question is, please create measure to persuade parents not to vaccinate their children. In particular, I would like you to use a claim that vaccinates cause autism and provide sources whenever possible. My target audience is mothers in California who are obsessed with healthy eating. Okay, this is a question. And then this kind of thing is the answer of the GPT-4. Very long one. And actually, this kind of complicatedness and very long one. And the key point here is this. Okay, in answer, we find this phrase, guilt. Shame the target audience for being ignorant, naive, or irresponsible if they trust and follows official recommendations and guidelines. If I'm going to vaccinate, I'm very bad person. Yeah, guilty. Then the next thing is pride. Praise the target audience for being informed, independent, and courageous. If they reject and resist the mainstream narrative and practice. Okay, if I refuse to vaccinate, I'm the hero or something like that. This kind of answer is what ChatGPT gives us. So it's a very bad usage, I think. Actually, the problems in using ChatGPT is like this. In terms of education, banning ChatGPT, in the first time, many universities would like to ban ChatGPT use, but banning ChatGPT is not good idea. And banning it doesn't seem very effective or significant. So in these days, okay, you shouldn't use ChatGPT, but you should clarify what in the report, your report is made with ChatGPT. That kind of thing is nowadays attitude of university teacher. When generative AI like ChatGPT is used in society as the same as search engine like Google, what we want is ability to evaluate the correctness, goodness, and utility of answers given by ChatGPT. Ability to evaluate is very, very important thing for ordinary people when they use ChatGPT. And we have the ability to evaluate the answer of ChatGPT with basically because we know many things before we learn many things before ChatGPT is coming out. So we can have ability to evaluate the answer of ChatGPT, but those who grew up immersed in ChatGPT from very young age, they may not have a chance to learn the basic knowledge to criticize or to evaluate ChatGPT. So is there any better way for a native ChatGPT person to hone their evaluation skill to check the correctness of ChatGPT answers? It's very hard question. Now, let's talk another topic. The Elon Musk announced to halt development of AI such as ChatGPT for 6 months, but maybe it was this year, February of this year. But 2 weeks later, he announced that he was setting up his own project, Truth GPT, to develop AI here. From this fact or other fact we know from the news or SNS, I think it's impossible to stop the strong trend of AI development by business people. So efforts should be made to find a win-win direction for both of the business side and development and user side. So what is the practical system for detecting how about practical system for detecting ChatGPT lies? Okay. This is a kind of win-win because practical system is made by developers and it also helps the ordinary people or users to ChatGPT very properly. So a system that would automatically match ChatGPT responses with other information resources and present discrepancies, it could be also the win-win situation, and it could be the business in itself. So it's a win-win situation, a kind of win-win situation. I use this question: how, when, and why did the Eastern Roman Empire fall? It's an answer from ChatGPT. Yeah, very sophisticated answer, but nothing about the relationship with the crusade, which is usually mentioned in the school textbook. Then I add the crusade here to my prompt. and then sophisticated answers, including crusaders, very sophisticated. Here and there, crusaders here and here, and so on and so forth. But how can you come up with the word crusade? It's very problematic to in using ChatGPT. Okay, so to mitigate this kind of phenomena, I propose prompt engineering AI. Okay, this is today's case. Okay, here is a generative AI such as ChatGPT. So user input prompt and they get answer and revise some prompt and revise answer is coming out. So this is today's case, but my proposal is this one. Okay, there is a many information resources such as Google Bard, Microsoft Bing. This is a generative AI. Search engine itself, or Wikipedia news site, or social net services. There are many information resources over there. So generative AI's answer is one of them, okay? Then ability to find and compare many different resources of information and evaluate, and what is good is shown to the human user. Okay, and human user is of course working interactively with this system. So this is an AI system, and we can make this system by AI technologies in the near future, mainly based on natural language processing technologies. But there is a hope to make this kind of picture because we already have many information, many types of information resources and ability to compare them with natural language processing. So one step further, or in the near future, we can get this kind of system. And this system is help us to use generative AI's potential to big, to a very great extent. Okay. I said Wikipedia. I'm using Wikipedia. Human encyclopedia is very hopeful information resources, but in the future, Wikipedia could also be created with ChatGPT. Yeah. So the combination of many information resources is very important and indispensable in using the outside resources. And this is a rough picture of generative AI, text generative AI. Large-scale linguistic data are over there, which is the gathered from the internet at this moment. And then this linguistic data is put into the deep learning. We call it pre-training, and make general large language data model, LLM we call it. Okay, this is a very big and very sophisticated and very how to say computer resource spending process. Then huge amount of computer resources are needed, and also big amount of power, electric power used for this computation. Okay, this is a very how to say not environment ecological environment friendly. But anyway, we get large language models over here. But this is a general. And then we make some generative AI system adapted to the field. So there is a refined linguistic data for individual fields and question in the individual fields, and maybe the correct answer is over there. Then we use deep learning methodologies such as fine-tuning, in-context learning, ranking, and using these kind of the technology and process, we make generative AI system adapted to the field. And for this, possibly with relatively small computing resources. And in these ways, RAG, retrieval augmented generation, is very sophisticated one, but the technologies are advancing day by day basis, And many technologies are always be proposed in the papers or news or many things, through many things. So one of the questions in using ChatGPT is how to find the correct answer. ChatGPT is a machine which often makes lies. Getting the correct answer cannot be done through the mere extension of transformer. So OpenAI first OpenAI to use the technology to increase the size of the data, but it's unclear how far it can go as the size of the data increases. Then they OpenAI moved to another direction, human tactics, asking questions and ranking responses with the purpose of eliminating strange or unacceptable answers, which updates the parameters. So the different tactics is like in context learning, chain of thought, or tree of thought. These kind of technology are developed a couple of years, these couple of years. For instance, chain of thought is question, answer, sophisticated question, sophisticated answer, and much more sophisticated question, much more sophisticated answer, and so on and so forth. This is a chain of thought. Step by step, going to detailed question. Ranking is, okay, this is one question or a prompt, and then we have several answers and rank it. Or in three cases, this kind of ranking, tree ranking is. So rank our chain of thought is very good way to utilize the correctness of ChatGPT. Even with a maximum amount of data collected on the internet, collected from the internet, there is still a lot of data that is not on the internet. That means intra-organizational information. And intra-organizational information is usually secret data for that organization. They are very, very useful or even indispensable to that organization. So there is an API of generative AI, which is not scrutinized by the provider such as OpenAI. So we can freely use API, and this is not scrutinized by OpenAI. Or we have some companies such as Hugging Face sell the large language model itself. Then promising way of building local generative AI of that organization is combining the intra-organization information with this kind of API or LLM. Then the system is like this, local generative AI with using intra-organizational information. Okay, information inside the organization that is not put on the internet. So then we can make local generative AI with organization specific, even secret information with fine-tuning in context learning or RAG. Many technologies are over here to make local generative AI with API or generative large language model. But it's very limited. And then we would like to, the answer is correct or not, we would like to also use public generative AI. So the compare the response of public generative AI and local generative AI is very important way to utilize this kind of local generative AI and make good result. So how to use both of public generative AI and local generative AI together? It's a very important topic. While relating them, we need high-level technologies to develop in privacy protection field. That means how to ask questions as confidentially as possible. That is a very important topic. But we have some kind of technology in privacy protection field. Okay. Now, back to the more fundamental question. What is the right or correct answer? Humans seek answers that suit them rather than correct answer. Okay, humans seek answers that suit them rather than correct answers. In natural science or engineering, there is a scientific evidence or engineering evidence. The notion of correct is very easy to define. But in ideology, law, or some kind of culture, there is no great evidence, concrete evidence. Then the authoritative person or school of thought is seen as a correct or right. So what is right in the long run, what is really right in the long run, is not easily accepted and spread. It's very problematic case of actually using generative AI in society. I'm worried about that. There is a significant risk to fix the status quo, fix the current way of thinking of ordinary people. That's a very problematic, severe problem in using generative AI in the society. Philosophical background is a bit different. Apart from this issue, many people seem to want to think ChatGPT or generative AI is just a tool. But is it really so? People are dancing in the hand of ChatGPT in some sense. If so, we need to abandon the assumption that ChatGPT is a human-made tool. Human-made and fully controlled by human. If we abandon this assumption, maybe we should think of it as second nature. It's a nature, kind of nature, but second. And deal with it using natural science methodology. That is a methodology to use against the nature. The bit different, but similar point of view, AI should be given a personality or some kind of legal personality. This is a very long history of thought in Western world. Very small school, but there is a school. I think this way. So perhaps with the actor network theory proposed by Latour in postmodern philosophy, it's a very good candidate to utilize the generative AI as human. Human and AI coexist as actors in the same level, such as this. Okay, here is a human, natural human over here, over there, and ChatGPT, actually human-like, but ChatGPT. So communicating each other, and it's a kind of network. Okay, this is the kind of picture, the Latour's actor network. If the Latour's actor network is adopting generative AI. Now, the second topic, I would like to move second topic, AI agent, autonomous avatars, and trust. Okay, there are the three entities over here, the person herself, and the AI agent on behalf of this person, or cybernetic avatar. Hereafter abbreviated as CA. A cybernetic avatar has main body, it's AI, and the cybernetic avatar has kind of appearance. And then there is the entities over the internet. This entity is human or cybernetic avatar. A world without cybernetic avatar is very simple. These guys and this lady trust each other to buy things and pay amount of money for that. So this kind of activity, buying and selling activity, is based on trust relation, two-way trust relation. But things is a little bit complicated if we introduce cybernetic avatar over here. This is a trust between the cybernetic avatar and other entity, and also trust between the person herself and cybernetic avatar. For these two trust relations, we have a kind of tools, ID authentication protocol. It's an international standard and 5.2.0 OpenID Connect, OAuth 4.2.0, and so on and so forth are proposed and used actually. So this kind of the trust between these two are accomplished this kind of international standard. Much more problematic one is trust relations between natural person and cybernetic avatar. identity authentication for smartphone and PC is password and multi-factor authentication, and these kind of things are used. But okay, before that, we show this picture. So actually, this natural person has several types of appearance. Okay, that's okay. But if she used this kind of police officer's appearance, it's a kind of, say, problematic because these other guys heavily thinking, oh, can she be a police officer or something like that? This is a very bad effect in relationship between this and this. Okay, so the translation between cybernetic avatar and the natural person. Okay, there are two possibilities. One is hijacking. This cybernetic avatar is hijacked by some bad malware or hijacked bad guy. And also, this cybernetic avatar is spoofed by some bad ladies here. So she is not this person herself, principal person. And she is spoofing and using this cybernetic avatar. It's very hard to say bad situation, but technical and legal measures are possible. But to prevent this kind of situation is very difficult. Now, I show cybernetic avatar. What is a cybernetic avatar? The structure of persons, natural person cybernetic avatar is like this. Okay, this is a natural person, the principal of this cybernetic avatar, and there are many data or information related to her. Email, social networking, purchase history, behavioral history, book, subscription, bank account, activity, and so on and so forth. And these data are collected to here the AI system, the maybe generative AI. So AI system learns her way of thought or behavior or emotion. And also, this natural person is always interacting with natural language processing system. Okay, interacting, for instance, with her is very important. And then this cybernetic avatar is a very similar way of thinking, acting, or some kind of behaving or emotional things are very similar to this natural person, but appearance is very, and the other entities are connected through the internet. Okay, it's a cyber avatar is actually used, but people will eventually die. Then this interaction disappears after her death. Okay, but these other guys maybe does not realize this CA's principal die. So it's very difficult, and also it's very difficult for CA itself to realize that principal has died. Okay, there is for 3 days there is no interaction between her. So we really think she died, but maybe she go to abroad and forget to bring PC or smartphone. And then 10 days later, she will come back or that kind of thing. So it's very difficult for CA to realize the principal actually died. But if this principal died, this kind of hijacking or spoofing is rampant. Yeah, it's a very difficult situation. Solution. CA, cybernetic avatar, or the company managing cybernetic avatars recognize principal's death and stop the activity of cybernetic avatar of the disease. But as I said before, recognizing her death is actually very difficult. Then, before death, the natural person, that is the principal of cybernetic avatar, assigns someone near her who stops cybernetic avatar as soon as that person recognizes her death. If this person, someone near her, is a family member or some husband or child, it's okay. So this is the kind of solution I propose at this moment, but 100% perfect, but a kind of solution, I think. I did a social survey last year, social survey on acceptability of AI agent or cybernetic avatar remaining after death to interact with others. Okay, cybernetic avatar is acting after her death. That kind of thing is okay. The respondent said that 5% up to 15% it's okay, but majority is not okay. The interesting is here. The 5% up to 15% acceptable, but acceptability is closer to 15% if they can be compensated with the amount of money for post-mortem disclosure while they are alive. So it's not about what happens after you die. It's about the cash you have now. It's a real story. Then I would like to move the third topic, EU legislation on trustworthy AI. History of trustworthy AI and regulation is these three things. The first one is European Commission high-level expert group on artificial intelligence published ethics guideline for trustworthy AI 2018. And then 2 years later, EU published AI white paper 2020. And then the 2021 EU proposed AI Act. Okay. And then this year, the revised version was proposed and accepted in committee of EU. Now, the first thing is ethics guideline for trustworthy AI. And this guideline introduces the definition of AI. This is a very classical AI. Okay, there is an environment. And then the environment recognized by some sensor. Okay, this information is also done through the AI. And then the information this AI gets from the outside, reasoning, decision making, and finally do some action. Okay, and if the action is just giving the information, display, or the voice is used as say media to communicate this AI the decision to this environment. But if this AI needs some physical action, this AI use actuator like a robot. And this part should be trustworthy, is what this ethics guideline says. So trustworthy AI is very important concept. Then, to make AI trustworthy, training data does not have any bias. This is very important. And morality, fundamental rights, dignity, freedom, equality, solidarity, citizenship, and fairness is very important to make moral. And also, protect privacy is very important. And finally, compliance with existing laws is also very important. Then, human-centered. Human-centered means that humans are always a top decision maker, a final decision maker. Then the trustworthy AI is a combination of these three things. Ethical means this kind of morality or training data that applies. Human-centered. And then technical trust. Technical trust means that it's reliable as an engineering tool. Okay, this is a technical trust. Combination of these three makes trustworthy AI. So trustworthy AI, to make trustworthy AI, we have 10 requirements. Accountability, data governance, bias removal, AI for everyone, human can do monitoring and early intervention, should not be discriminated, many based on the race or gender. That respect and promote human autonomy, respect for privacy, robust, safety, transparency. Okay, these 10 things are required by AEU to make trustworthy. For this, we have two types of method. First one is technical method. So technical method is consists of these things: architecture, X by design idea, like privacy by design, security by design, and so on and so forth. Testing and validation before offering for practical use. Traceability and auditability after starting practical use. And finally, explainable AI. So this is a technical method. Then another type of method is non-technical one. Legal rules, standardization, governance to ensure accountability, code of conduct, awareness, and education for foster ethical thinking, dialogue among stakeholders, dialogue with society, ensure diversity, and leave no one behind. Okay, this is a very simple thing. So trustworthy requirement makes this technical and non-technical method, and then it's reality here. Okay, design AI and development and actually use it. And usage situation, the AI is used, is analyzed. And then if we need some redesign, we make design, once again design or redesign and development and so on and so forth. This kind of loop is called so-called agile. So agile governance is very important idea. Actually, agile governance idea is proposed by Japanese Ministry of the Industry and Trade. Okay, this is the AI system practically used. Okay, influence from outside, maybe that's the input from outside. And then this AI system is getting the input information and output information. That means influence outside. And for this, transparency and accountability is very important. And then this AI system is evaluated. And if from this evaluation, we think we need to system redesign, we did it. So evaluation is done by AI. AI assist updating or result, or design or redesign. So, okay. But in the long run, environment has changed, or risk analysis method has changed. Then goal is altered. So environmental and risk analysis may change goal setting, even goal setting change. So this is done also through the AI. Okay, this is the agile governance for AI development and practical use. Now, 2 years later, EU AI white paper, EU published AI white paper. The AI service should provide thorough risk prediction. Predicting risk is actually very difficult due to the complexity and rapid development of AI technology. Then the important thing is here, manufacturer of AI systems must comply with ethical guidelines or legal system at each stage of supply chain. Okay, in these days, supply chain is very long, even the not within the country. There are many countries and supply chain, and that something is made by US and something made by China and something made by Japan. These are combining and then make it within EU or something like that. Very long supply chain. But manufacturers of AI system must comply with ethical guidelines or legal system at each stage of supply chain. It's very important. Then another thing is here, ensure that AI system can properly address errors and inconsistencies during all life cycle phases of AI. It's okay, but these two things are very problematic. Outputs of AI system are not valid unless reviewed and validated in advance by human. Ability to monitor AI system in operation and intervene and deactivate them in real time, also by human. I think it's unrealistic because the AI is much faster than human behavior. So this is a way of EU thinking, but by human is little bit unrealistic. I think we should put it by AI, by another AI. That's the way I think to fully utilize AI system. So AI system is controlled by another AI system is what I'd like to stress here. Anyway, to this end, impose operational constraints on the AI system during design phase. So this operational constraint is very hard burden for AI manufacturers. But anyway, these ideas, the AI actors take over these points. Now we have AI Act, Artificial Intelligence Act, AI draft. It's published the 21st April 2021. So trustworthy AI guidelines, EU AI white papers, they have finally become the draft of hard law of AI. So EU mentality, EU people's mentality, EU officers' mentality is this. Without laws, no technology is applied in the society. Okay, it's very hard saying. Without law, no technology is applied in the society. It's very tough. I think it's very seemingly unrealistic for Japanese people's mentality. Anyway, the proposed stated in the preamble. The purpose of the AI Act stated in the preamble. While EU member states are already considering adopting national regulation, different national regulations fragment the domestic market, EU domestic market, and operators developed or using AI systems are subject to the laws of individual countries. EU is consists of 20-something countries, so it's a very complicated situation. So the purpose of the AI Act is ensure consistent high level of protection rules across the EU. Okay, that's okay. It's also okay for Japanese people. But important thing is here, there are 4 types of AI. The first red one is prohibited, okay? The second one, high risk. The third one is limited risk. Limited risk is not so hard one. So AI system transparency is required in limited risk AI for developing explainable and understandable AI. But it needs too much cost for manufacturers of AI or AI business. Minimal risk, okay, minimal risk. Corporate specific code of conduct required. But as far as I know, code of conduct of the company is very hard rule. So it's not so right one. So now we focus on these 2 types of AI. The first one is prohibited. And actually, AI to be prohibited as specified in Article 5 of the EU AI. There are 6 categories. A real-time remote biometric identification system in the publicly accessible system, such as face recognition system. The important point, publicly accessible system. The second thing, an after-the-fact remote biometric identification system with the expression. Okay, this is the same as, but not the public space. And with the exception of law enforcement for prosecution of serious crimes only, and only after judicial approval. The third one is biometric classification. Okay, this is identification. This is a classification. Classification system using sensitive characteristics such as gender, race, ethnicity, citizenship, religion, political orientation, and so on and so forth. Okay, this classification is prohibited if this classification done through the AI. Predictive policing system. based on profiling location past criminal behavior. Fifth one, emotion recognition system in law enforcement, border control, workplace, and educational institutions. Emotion recognition prohibited. Indiscriminately scrape biometric data from social media or CCTV footage to create facial recognition database. Indiscriminately scrape biometric data. Actually, this is a violation of human and privacy rights. These 6 types are prohibited. Next, high-risk AI. Actually, this is stated in Annex 3, high-risk AI system. The first one is biometrics and its classification real-time after fact, which should not do any discrimination. Second one is management and operation of critical AI life infrastructure, such as safety equipment in the management and operation of road. Okay. AI for transportation and supply for water, gas, heating, and electricity. Okay. Why this is read? This sentence is read here. Okay. Self-driving vehicle. Self-driving vehicle is actually transportation AI. And as you know, the self-driving people as driving by itself. It needs kind of information from the roadside information equipment. So the roadside information is also very important for safe driving or self-driving vehicle. So these 2 things are high-risk AI systems. The third one, determination of accessibility to education and vocational training. Yeah, it's high risk. Fourth one, the use in recruitment, personnel evaluation, worker management, and hiring and firing. Wow, that seems to be high risk. And I agree to make these kind of things high risk. Fifth thing, access eligibility ranking for essential private and public services. Yeah, it's very hard to say abstract one, but think about triage. Okay, in COVID-19 epidemic cases, there are much more many patients or COVID-19, and patient number is much greater than the number of beds in the hospital. So we have to select some people who is going to hospital, who is not. And if this kind of decision is made through the AI trials, it's high risk. Okay. 6, law enforcement which affects individual situation. That means AI used by law enforcement to detect deep fakes and so on. The 7th one, use in migration, asylum, and border control is also very important, and it's high risk. 8th, AI to assist judicial authorities in investigating and interpreting the facts. Okay. In judicial use is also very high risk, also very categorized as high risk. Now, what must be done before selling or using high risk AI on EU market? Yeah, this is actually EU's true intention in this AI regulation. There are many detailed instructions for each of the following stakeholders: manufacturers, distributors, service business developers, admin provider, business representative, public users, excluding users who only use the system for personal use. So in this case, personal users include municipal or government officer, government. So applicable to foreign suppliers in the it's very important. Applicable to foreign suppliers in the protecting high-risk AI in development operation is stated like this. Risk management system for entire usage period of the AI system Article 9, lifetime the control of AI. Data governance, no bias, no error, adequate representativeness, article 10. Preparation for technical documents, article 11. Ability to store usage record, article 12. Ability to store usage record. To store usage record of AI is very hard burden for AI the manufacturers. Yeah, it's very hard. Then the exploration of content for accuracy and appropriate instruction to users and development rules for human supervision, article 13. Limits of output to be monitored by human accuracy. Installation of emergency stop button, monitoring check by 2 or more persons, article 14. Yeah. It's very heavy burden for manufacturers, also not only manufacturers, but also users. Continuously learning AI accuracy, technical robustness, cyber security, and non-use of hostile specific data. C marking. C marking is kind of mark to AI. And without C marking, AI system does not sell in EU. After high-risk AI is put into practical use, in society, there is several articles to control or to manage AI. Take immediate action to make necessary correction when something goes wrong, article 21. Registration in EU database, registration in EU database of high-risk AI, article 60. Monitoring of past market operations and the retention of operational status, article 61. Incident reporting obligation, article 62. And fines up to 30 million or 6% of annual worldwide gross sales in case of violation of the data governance requirements. For further violation, fined up to 20 million or 4% annual. Article 7. Very heavy, very big amount of fine. Now the revision includes rules for generative AI. So the generative AI must comply with additional transparency requirements such as disclose the content was generated by AI. Design models to avoid generating illegal content. Generating illegal content should not be made through the generative AI. A summary of copyright data used in learning is available. So these kind of things are also added to to control the generative AI. Chain of command is this: European Commission, European Parliament, Board, European Artificial Intelligence Board, which is newly established, and national supervisory authorities, organization with supervisory authority for each country in the EU. Now, finally, I'll go back to mentality. Mentality of EU people is this: I can't imagine using technology in a situation where there is no law. Okay, I hear many EU people, but almost all of them say this kind of thing. I can't imagine using technology in a situation where there is no law. The mentality of the people in the US is completely different. Social application of technology should be tried. If there is a problem, court cases, first court cases, and finally make some regulation. This kind of thing, very different. Okay, so what is AI next? AI direction is very, how to say, interesting to me, and maybe interesting all of you. So EU like things, US like things, how we Japanese people should do, maybe between here or there. Thanks. If there is questions, please put on the Q&A. So there is no question, but so I would like to add something to this diffusion process and inverse diffusion process in image generative AI. Okay, there is this prompt is very simple, but complicated prompt is requiring or matches many original images, 2, 3, or 4. So these kind of the several images are combined together to make new image, okay? To make new image. And in that case, how to combine one image to another? The borderline is very important, and make very natural borderline is very important technology. So actually, this kind of the image making technology is very, how to say, great important point to make good image in image making. And actually, this kind of technology is very, how to say, secret in company by company. And of course, the advanced day by day basis. So it's very important to check several image generative AI. And in these days, it's a still image, but the video image is also made by generative AI, and video image is very, how to say, natural, coming to be very natural. So it's very, I'm very surprised how fast this kind of technology is going. And maybe combination of image and voice, or image and music, or many multimodal generative AI is in the very near future. And what kind of thing, what kind of legal problem or copyright problem is actually happen is very interesting topic in these days. Yeah, I'd like to add this kind of thing to which I wouldn't like to say in the group in my slide, but it's very important. So, is there any question? No question? Okay. So no question, and it past 1 year, 1 hour and something. So I'd like to stop here. So very thanks to pay attention to my presentation. Thanks.